I was asked by an online friend to make a short video on why I have decided to support Madison Downs for Congress during the Republican primary, and then how I'm going to also support him, moving him to Washington as the congressman for the third district. So here it goes. Uh, I was I became aware of Madison's personality through a colleague and a fellow veteran who told me about a new exciting voice that was taking Hampton Roads by storm. His name was Madison Downs. Um, he was hitting on all the right themes, right? Pro business, pro family, pro basic personal freedom, pro gun, uh, and also had the courage to really kind of take on the crowd that wants to frame all of your personal opinions in a way that makes them sound that you've already traded in half of your values before you even get up to the stage to defend them. Uh, and then finally, I said, but he'll never get elected because the district here is predominantly black, and we'll never get anyone from the black community to move as a Republican. And lo and behold, Madison Downs is black, and I went, finally, we finally have a chance to convince the vast majority of people in the Hampton Roads area to vote for a person that shares the same values that I do without having to have it come from the Democratic Party. Um, First off, I live in Newport News, just near the airport off of Dimby in Colony Pines, and it's a predominantly black neighborhood, and I love my neighborhood, and I love the families in my neighborhood, and I see them out walking their families, walking their dogs, especially during this COVID-19 piece. And I just think the basic reality is that because of the history of this area, and I'm talking about the third district, uh, that we really need a strong black candidate to run as a Republican and have that candidate really push for the values that I know I share with the majority of my fellow citizens here in the third district, and also with the families that live in my own neighborhood. But because of the history of the region of the state of the third district, we often just vote the way our families have voted for the last 50, 60, 150 years, and we just can't get it together. So the basic reality is that if we want the Republican Party to prevail and provide some form of leadership from the third district, we really need to get behind a black candidate that holds the same values that not only that Republicans have, but the vast majority of citizens have. Um, I'm, I don't think we can do that unless we find a favorite son who is not an import from a military retirement like I am, um, or someone that moved into the area, after they graduated from college, like our Klansman governor. We need to have an individual that is from this area and has earned the trust of the residents of the Hampton Roads and area and of the peninsula in particular. So I believe that Madison Downs is that man. As you look into his background, he has essentially three values that he is basing his campaign on, right? And they are to always do what's right, even when no one's looking, and even when those right things to do are uh, sometimes not popular. Um, he also believes in the family and being true to your family and to the values that your family put forward. And I think his personal story is compelling. to read about what he has done in his life and how he grew up here. He did not come from plenty. He has struggled in life. He understands business. And I think that's important when we send them into Washington, that they can reflect on the fact that every dollar that Washington spends comes from us. And we need that type of mentality in our congressmen as we rebuild from this current disaster with COVID-19. And finally, he believes in the golden rule, and doing the things that are that you would be proud of when they're discovered in the light of day. And we need that type of golden rule: do unto others as you would have others do unto you. Those are three values that I know I can get behind. I know my neighbors can get behind. I know that we can draw tremendous support away from the Democratic Party, regardless of the people's skin color. This is a good man, and we need to get behind him, and we need to help him get across the finish line. Anyway, that's it, and I hope to see Madison as our future congressman. I'm totally willing to introduce you to my neighbors, and we can walk around the neighborhood together, and I'd be very proud to introduce you to my friends and neighbors. Thank you.